What's going on, internet? It is Friday, which means that I will be answering your guys' comments from my last two videos. Also, before we get into it, just bear with me a little bit. I mean, it's been a week. Trying not to vent about it everywhere, but if you want to pray for something, everything from technical difficulties to my health right now has just been blah. But let's start with Tuesday's video. I talked about two world records, that of United States generosity, which is a great thing, and then the number of refugees in the world right now. And the question of the day for that video had nothing to do with those two stories because I had been gone the entire week before that, so I just asked what you guys had been watching while I was away. I'm just gonna go down the line as I see them. First of all, Peter Smith, who has been not watching that much YouTube, but instead has been watching Prison Break, which I've heard is great. I haven't watched it. He's been watching that on Amazon. Seraphim, also not watching YouTube, which I guess makes me feel kind of good that I'm the reason that you're here. Seraphim has been watching Euros and Copa America, which I'm guessing is soccer, but I don't know. Go ahead and educate me in the comments if you want. Disciple of Jesus has been pouring into their faith as always, watching something called End Time Survivors, which I've never heard of till now. I might go check it out, specifically because you say it doesn't have a focus on conspiracy. That makes me a little bit interested. Author Playing Games has been watching Game Grumps, which I totally understand. Great channel. Vix53 has been watching the Vlog Brothers, and they just did a video on refugees as mentioned in that comment. They are really great at giving you perspective if you want to look at something a different way. Go watch that video. And then finally, I went through every single comment. Zach Colliver has been watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged, which I think I've seen the first 2 seasons, and there's a third one out now. I don't know for sure, but a little crass if you are very conservative, don't like a lot of cursing or anything, or crude humor. You're not gonna like it. I think it's hilarious because I'm a terrible person. If you're into anime, you like Dragon Ball Z, but you don't want to go and binge watch it because it's just like 9 hours of screaming, go watch DBZ Abridged. And then Thursday's video, we had a little bit more of a discussion on modesty. I said, what do you guys think about modesty? Where do you place your do's and don'ts, stuff like that? Seraphim mentions his wife, she wears a long shirt while swimming. That way, you know, it's covering up a lot more than a bathing suit would. Something you'll notice as I read these that is that a lot of people are saying they didn't want to create a stumbling block for others, and so that's why they dress modestly. D. Cordy C. actually put this into a lot of detail, getting around the context of Bible verses that say do not be a stumbling block for others. Really interesting. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's here if it's big enough for you to read. Go ahead. If not, it's on Thursday's video. I don't always know how these are all going to edit up. Rachel L. says she finds modesty by taking the middle ground of being comfortable, but also not being a stumbling block to other, making sure there's no kind of cleavage or anything where people are going to stare. I'm then getting into a little more conversational here. Thrasher796 says, well, there may not be set rules for modesty, but we can all agree that the less modest a woman dresses, the more a man is going to lust or have the temptation to lust, which I definitely think is true, but I think, like I said on Thursday, it's also a bit relative. I didn't really touch on this Thursday much, but I want to talk to some pastors about the idea of desensitization. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? And first of all, I'm really sorry to the women who are watching this and are like, why is he making it all about women? It's because I'm a guy. I don't worry about modesty of men. Like, that doesn't affect me. So forgive me for being a terrible human. I am not trying to objectify women in any way by saying any of this. I'm just saying guys are terrible people, or at least I am. But what I was saying was, if in the United States the culture dictated that to be modest you had to cover everything up but your eyes, men would lust over women's eyes. Through the ages in the United States, we have become more and more desensitized to things, and so women are dressing less modestly, especially in advertising, because sex sells, so they have to dress less and less modestly for that sex to sell. And so Thrasher, definitely, the less a woman dresses, the more a man is going to have the chance to lust. But I think the idea of what is modest has changed over the years. And like I said, this is not just about women, this is guys too. I've talked to a lot of women who have said that in the past, it was tank tops that would set them off. Anymore, it's got to be like a shirtless guy. And I think that's the same system. I think we're just becoming more and more desensitized to what immodesty looks like, and whether that's right or wrong, I have no idea. That's a topic I would love to have a conversation with people about in the future. And then finally, Mark Nelson Movie says that they didn't know what to think about Geeks of the Grace, but now that they've seen us for a while, they think we're awesome and that we should keep up the good work. So thank you. That's awesome. It makes my day. I hate being cliche and being like, it's all God, man, but really, it is. Like, we've definitely been working really, really hard, but we're just a bunch of geeks that had an idea and tried making it happen, and it wouldn't have happened without God. There's no way. Thank you guys so much for commenting on Tuesdays and Thursdays videos. Remember that on Mondays we have a live video at facebook.com/geeksundergrace. Monday might be interesting. It might not be at the right time. It's usually at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know if that's going to happen. I heard that we have some mandatory meeting at my weekend job on a Monday, so I have to be there. But I love you guys so much. God bless. See you guys Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. See ya.